The Backlog. The numerous games that one has bought that remained unfinished or completely unplayed. I have a pretty sizable one, especially on Steam, so I introduce to you, the viewer, Backlog Expeditions, which is where I play games from my backlog in a lightning round type of video and tell you my thoughts on each one. We have 7 games lined up for today, so let's get started with... Brotato is not only a masterclass of a title, but also a hella underrated game. The gist of it is very simple. You're put into an arena with a few options beforehand, enemies spawn in each round which don't last too long each, and almost everything is automatic. The weapons attack automatically, you pick up cash automatically, etc. But Emerald, how is the game fun if you don't do half of it, you might ask? Because it is! You choose which upgrades you want, which weapons and items you want, whether you want to adjust to your character's advantages and disadvantages or cancel them out. It's kind of like managing a power source that might turn nuclear. It could be a complete and utter disaster of a run, but it could be beautiful. Some characters level up quickly but can't afford items or weapons as fast. Some have range or damage debuffs for certain classes of weapons. And some might not want you to have any weapons at all. You might not want to try out every character or use every risky item, but that's okay because at its core, the game is meant for you to use what you like and ditch what you don't. And that doesn't even include the ways to play inside the arena. You want to max out your damage at the expense of having like 2 health? You can do that. Want to be a fucking bullet sponge and never die because you didn't pay attention to any other stat? Do it! Want to play Brotato for 20 minutes while it turns into 3 hours? Do it! I want to preface this part by saying that I started this game right before a bunch of engineers said, let's do maintenance on the internet today, a whopping total of 1 hour before they actually did it. So I didn't play this game for very long. But from what I did play, it was pretty good. The art style and music remind me of a dark kids show from the 2010s. Figuring out how to craft what you need is very rewarding in its own right. There is a significant amount of depth as to what exists in this game. Managing your inventory, what you want to make next, and keeping your stomach, brain, and heart satisfied is very interesting. When night falls, I can hear the screams of the damned that didn't survive. The merciless, endless darkness taunting me as I stand beside my campfire, begging that I have enough fuel to let it burn just one more night. But what does that night bring? Is daybreak truly that much better than darkness? The only difference is that I don't have the fear that I won't make it another day, because that day I struggle with the thought that I won't make it till nightfall. Why am I here? To what purpose am I being kept alive? Can someone please take my place? No. This is my hell. No one is helping me, and I am helping no one. Survive. 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 Woohoo! Day 4! When Duck Season first came out years ago, I was invested. I saw game theory's video, watched a bunch of people play it, and it looked very cool. When I finally played it though, it was a little bit disappointing. The parts with horror are great, yes, this we know, it's done really well. The dog is creepy, there's a bunch of different endings and Easter eggs if you look around, that stuff is all great. My problem comes with the amount of duck hunt I have to do before I get to duck season. There is just so much. Load the shotgun, shoot the shotgun, this time you need to shoot them all quickly, except that it's always quick to shoot them because it's not a difficult part of the game, but it is a very long and very tedious part of the game. Maybe if I can finally get my VR headset to work and experience the horror like I'm fearing for my life, it'll be a bit better, but that still doesn't take away the fact that this non-horror aspect is such a huge part of the game. Hell motherfucking yes! I have bitched and moaned a bit about Sonic on this channel, but Sonic Mania is an amazing goddamn game from the first playthrough. The pixel art is charming. Even though I don't know my way around Sonic, it still felt like I was going fast. The stages are all so unique, and even if I wasn't a huge fan of all of them, there wasn't a single bad one. And it doesn't even matter because there are only 2 acts per stage with differing mechanics or ones that build, so if you don't like it, it's gonna be over in a bit anyway. There's the Chaos Emeralds and side stages that you do. I have no idea what these are called, but they're banging. And of course, like I've said and always will say for Sonic, holy fuck, this music is so good. This game is good. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just alright. This is literally like 90% of the gameplay, by the way. The plot of this game is okay until the last part and the final boss, where it's actually pretty cool. There's a few characters where you can buy tools and upgrades from, and you can make digging quicker. Guys, I get that it's called SteamWorld Dig, but that doesn't mean it has to be the only thing we're allowed to do. Okay, now SteamWorld is getting somewhere. We went from to the earth exploding, weapons, people struggling for basic resources, strategy, items, politics, a guy named Fen, and an evil AI that still wants to kill everything. Sometimes less is more, but not in the case of these games. This is much better. I still have a couple of complaints, like how the music is pretty repetitive and there's no fast forward button when there's no enemies on screen, so getting to an escape pod takes a while if you're on the opposite side of the map, but overall, I much prefer this game over. And while some of the encounters are pretty mindless, the bosses are all actually pretty great and make you think about the best way to deal with them rather than just one way to deal with them. And each character uses different weapon classes and has different abilities, so every run can be optimized to how you want to play. Release me! Congratulations to Sonic Mania for winning this backlog batch. See you all next time.